Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to Q&A here on the Dice Tower. We're super glad to have you guys here. Welcome to the show. This is yet another time where I just get together most Mondays, not every Monday. In fact, it will not be next Monday, but you'll have plenty of other things to do. You'll see next Monday. And I just answer people's questions. So, let me find this here for you because I would like to do a contest with you all. So let me see if I can find where the contest information is. You can win a $10 gift certificate from Game Nerds. All you have to do is email us at contest@dicetower.com. In the subject line, put the word roller coaster. Roller coaster. I know what that means. And we'll award somebody with a $10 Game Nerds gift certificate. So there you have it. Alrighty. Let's see here. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them, and I'll get to them. Would I consider doing a Dice Tower roast at a live event? No. Not at all. And I see that the cam link is here. It's switching back and forth. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. Man. Alrighty. Folks, we're gonna go off wire here a second. Let me see if I can find cam link. These cam links are obviously buzzing out on us. Yes, we do. Alright. I just pulled it. Let's see if it works. You're seeing all this live. There we go. Hopefully that was the issue. Could be this thing too.
It's true.
Well, now it's black.
Usually can't win, right?
Actually, it's still causing that problem. You know what? It might be this connection here. Do I have another one of those?
This one was for sure working. Just the whole cam link. Try to take the whole.
Well, I don't think it's the.
Yeah, that's fine. It's because we already had it hooked up that way.
But it might be that cord there.
Okay, let's do some testing later.
Well, let's get it working first, folks. Hang on. Alrighty. Alright, cool. Sorry, everyone. No, I'm not going to do a Dice Tower roast at a convention. Mostly, if we do a roast, and we've done one, we did a top 10, what Tom is wrong about here, and we'll do some more of those, but those almost always roast, I feel that they're really mean. I have no idea why no one watches those Fryer roasts where they roast celebrities and stuff. It is mean across the board, and we like to poke fun at each other, and you can say those are poking fun. I don't find them to be entertaining at all. And there's no way on earth we would ever open up. Here's your chance to I'll let people make fun of me, but that's about the extent of it. Alrighty. Let's see here. Going through. Have you seen the first image that has been released for the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series? I have not. Am I excited? Yes, but I already really like the movie, so I don't feel like there's anything here. I guess it's a different. I'll just wait on that one. Do you like that there are some heavier roll and writes coming out? Or should roll and writes be a quick and easy game? I don't have a problem with heavier roll and writes coming out. I just want to make sure the roll and write part isn't a gimmick. Like in Roman Roll, that could have just been a board game. That's why I was confused as to why it's a roll and write. But I don't mind. Let's see here. Still see a little bit of goofiness is there. Tom, I noticed during crowdsurfing you're covering campaigns ending in the next 7 days, but you're covering GameFound campaigns more when they start, not when they end. That's the way I'm doing it right now. It seems like there's no rhyme or reason, but it's partially because it's easier for me to search Game Found that way at this point in time. Do you remember the name of the Marvel flicking prototype I mentioned in breakfast this morning? It never was named, and it never hit the market, and it shouldn't. It wasn't a very good game. Any teaser for the Sunday drop this week? You mean the big Sunday review? Well, I'll just tell you what it is. Not a teaser. Let's fly down. Dominant Species. It's just me, not all four of us. All four of us are going to be taking a look at Cascadia. But for just me, it's going to be Dominant Species. Those are the big reviews coming on Sunday. Are you a Marvel figurine collector? No. Do you collect anything other than board games? Not particularly. I mean, I work hard to make my music library exactly what I want it to be, but I don't really collect stuff. I like to look at things to make the house look nicer, but nothing. I like to use things. Do you have plans for guests to be on your Foursquare reviews? I do not have plans for that. I'm pretty happy with where they're at. Before your kids were old enough, what's a game you were looking forward to playing with them in the future? None. Still none. I always want to be really clear on that. Possibly, I might have a game that, my kids will like to play with me when they're older, but who cares? I think about what can I play with them now. I don't care about this future stuff. I'm not grooming someone to play Feast for Odin with me. I just want to have kids who enjoy childhood. And I'll make them play games with me occasionally. They might not like it, but very occasionally, because we'll do family things together. But if they like games, I'll play the games they like with them. This whole, I wish my son or daughter will play this game with me. Who cares? Go find someone else to play it with. Let's see here. Let's see here. What game is a Behind You Above Terraforming Mars? That is Chronicles of Dronagar Spoils of War. I got rid of that box, so I just put the box on the wall behind me since I did it. Bad food and great company, or good food and bad company? Why would you ever want... I don't like bad food for sure, but I'd rather have good company over anything else. Can we have a top 10 from the book, please? Aha! I was prepared this week! Prepared, I say! Alrighty. Oh, I guess I shouldn't look, right? Here we go. I don't like either one of these. It has my top 10 charity organizations. I'll put Jack Vasel Memorial Fund on there, and that's it. That seems like dangerous tread. Top 10 things I assume aliens will do to me if captured. Yeah, that seems like a weird one. Top 10 gangster movies? No, that's not very good either. I don't watch enough gangster movies to know. The top 10 best free things in life. What does that mean? Because you could argue nothing's free. Or like get something for free. All right, come on, give me something good. Top 10 worst smells. Okay, I could do that one. Vomit is number 1. That's a terrible smell. I can't think of anything worse than that. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Number 2 is a paper mill. If you ever lived near a paper mill, you know what I'm talking about. Paper mills smell horrific. 3, baby diapers. That's an easy 1, 2, 3. What other smells that I don't like? I don't particularly like the smell of curry. Curry's good. See, now we're just waffling. I'm thinking of bad smells. Wet fur. Wet fur is a pretty bad smell. Moldy clothes has a pretty bad smell. Obviously, there's BO. That's a bad smell. What else smells bad? There's a lot of smells I like. I like the smell of paint. I like the smell of fresh cut linen. Oh, whatever the sterilized cotton smell is, though. I call it old people's homes. There's that one particular smell. I'm also not a big fan of the smell of chlorine. Outside it doesn't bother me, but inside, like a YMCA pool or something, I always found that to be a bad smell. I'm sure there's other bad smells out there. Maybe I'll see some on here. You can make all kinds of... A carcass has a pretty bad smell. The trash has a bad smell, you know. All right. Well, there you go. You asked for a top 10. That's what you get. What's my favorite artificial candy flavor? Probably green apple. Do you still like and play Dice Masters? Yeah, I have a pile of it in the Dice Tower library. I'm surprised that it's ranked in the 7,000s on BGG. Well, it's just not played by the people who game there, are not looking for a lifestyle game. Do you like doing road trips or flights? No and no. Where in the lower 48 have you really wanted to see still? Oh, there's 50 plus places I want to go see in America still. I just don't like road trips, and I really don't like flights. You upgrade your games a lot, but I don't ever see sleeves. Occasionally I put sleeves in games, but not very often. Why? I don't like sleeves. I don't like shuffling with sleeves. I don't like the feel of sleeves. The cards slide all over the table in sleeves. Yes, it protects the cards, but also you're paying a lot of money for the sleeves unless you buy the penny sleeves, which are really terrible. Sometimes it works well in the game, but for the most part, I just don't like sleeves. So there you have it. Someone trademarked a magic deck. 60 card combination. Any thoughts on this impacting board/card games? I don't know what that means. Can you give me a link to that? Because I don't know what we're talking about. Or tell me what to search for. Well, maybe I'll just do a search right now. Trademarked. Sorry. Trademarked magic deck. Let's see. Magic the Gathering, trademark denied. No, that's not it. From 2016, 20 to 13. All right, well, let's go here and we'll do in the last month. I don't see anything about a trademarked magic deck. I don't know what that means, so let me know. Alrighty, where did you find that huge Army Man figure? Can you see it? Oh, he's down here. Yeah, I got it at Hobby Lobby. They had it, and I was like, ooh, yay. And my wife said, are you going to paint it? And I was like, no, it's an Army Man guy. I had this when I was a kid. Which cinematic Spider-Man is my favorite? Oh, the current one. I like them all, but the current one's the best. Let's see here. Did I get a look at What If? Yeah, of course. I love What If comics. I always read them, so I was definitely going to watch the show. I enjoyed the first one, and I'll do a review on all of it when it's finished. But I really like the first one a lot. This may have been an answer before. It has been. But why'd you stop doing component drops? A variety of reasons. Mostly, I just felt like doing it. So it was taking up a huge amount of time to sort out the pieces, and I don't think it provided a ton of stuff other than hey, this is what we do here at the Dice Tower. We drop pieces. Let's see here. Will we get some pop culture top 10s in the future? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. I understand that Bone by Jeff Smith is your favorite comic series. What are some of your other all-time favorite comic series? Storylines, graphic novels. Taking Marvel out of the equation, I don't know. This is one of those times where I'm very forgetful about stuff that I read. I know I've read a lot of cool storylines and things. I'd have to go and look at them all. So I couldn't tell you it off the top of my head. Sorry. Favorite family activity that isn't board gaming? Probably swimming. Hi Tom, I've seen cameos of you and the Dice Tower crew in some games and was wondering if you have to provide permission for these or not. Well, I mean, I don't think you have to get my permission. I prefer if you did. Normally, nowadays I turn these down. There's a current one out that I like the art so much I let it go, but usually I don't. It feels very egotistical to be in games all the time, and I don't want people to think I think I'm someone spectacular. So I'm hesitant to put myself in any game. How does Galaxy Trucker hold up in 2021? Well, good news for you. I just finished my review of it. It's going up tomorrow. What percent of games that scale 2 to 6 players are accurate in this promise? I don't know, 1%? Did I see Sam on Quackalope? I did. I didn't watch the whole thing yet of either one of the videos. But interesting enough, I called Sam last week. Quackalope was there when I called. So just caught up with Sam, congratulated him on his recent wedding, and talked to him a bit. Sam will be at Dice Tower West, so come on out. We're going to do a top 10, only viewable at Dice Tower West. We'll do a top 10 with Sam there. And I'm not going to record it, so you got to come to Dice Tower West if you want to see it. Let's see. Oh. Dorian. I know Dorian is supposed to be a terrible thing. I'm not sure I've ever actually smelled it. Last night we played Viscounts. Halfway through we realized we got a rule wrong. One player argued that their strategy was built around the faulty rule and would be disadvantaged. What do? It all depends. I never know in those situations. If that player is, we might finish with that faulty rule. Who knows? Every situation for me is very different in that regard. When you find out you've been playing a rule wrong. The other day we just restarted the whole game, but it was a shorter game, so it wasn't a problem. Oh yeah, I forgot about skunk. Skunk is pretty bad. That's a pretty bad smell. Burnt hair? That one doesn't bother me as much. Oh yeah, curdled milk for sure. For sure. When will we play Golem live? During the Autumn Spectacular here on the Dice Tower. Let's see here. Do you think smartphone will get another expansion? I don't know. I don't have any knowledge on that. But they just announced a smartphone card game. Do I see Big Trouble in Little China? And I've not played Big Trouble in Little China. Sorry. Let's see here. By the way, a lot of people are asking me what I think about specific games. I very rarely answer that here in the chat because I either review the game or I've never played it. I try to review almost every game that I've played. It's not quite there, but I'm pretty close. Let's see here. What game have you upgraded the most? Like like that has the most. Wasn't there like a whole story about that one time where the person's being upgraded to an android, and at what point do they stop becoming the person? And if your entire body, I mean, just think of like a car. I think that's a philosophical thing. Like if you replace a tire in your car, then you replace another tire, and you replace every single part in that car. At what point is it no longer the original car? Anyway, I'm not to that point with any of my games upgrades. What game have I put the most effort into upgrading? I don't know, actually. Trying to think. I've upgraded a lot of games with a lot of stuff. I don't know. That might be a good top 10 someday. Let's see here. Oh, if you like road trips, that's fine. I really don't. If there was I mean, I like the idea of a road trip, like, oh, we're going to go somewhere, and I love to be there. But being in the car for 4 or 5 hours is boring. I hate driving. I'll go on a road trip with you if I get to sit in the car the whole time. But I don't want to do any of the driving. I hate driving. You were very enthusiastic about the Great Wall. Was it a 10 excitement or a 9.5 excellent? Actually, you can check when Week in Review. I put the ratings up for all the games we reviewed over the past week. So you can see them there. Favorite place to visit? Home. What's your favorite Wheel of Time character other than Perrin, obviously? Very clearly Perrin by a mile. I'm currently in the middle of book 4, and that is Perrin's book. I like, well, I'm going to mispronounce everything. The Ogier who travels with them. Loyal, maybe Loyal it's called. I really like him. I like Ruark a lot. I like Min a lot. She's interesting. Those are probably my favorite characters. Do you want to give my least favorite characters who are main characters? Can we start with Elaine? Elaine for sure. Lan is a pretty good character too. Let's see here. Is it reasonable? I'm new to the Kickstarting project, says Adrian. Is it reasonable for my attitude to remain fairly calm in regards to delivery promises, updates, thus not getting disappointed by setbacks? Yes, please. You really want to go down that route. Just be chill about it, because there's a lot of slow deliveries going on right now. Do you think that the miniatures in Descent are the best miniatures you've seen? No. If not, what game do you think is the best regarding amazing looking minis? So this is a tough one because people have their very strong opinions on minis. I thought that the minis in Descent are very well done, for sure. I just didn't find them very interesting. They're all spiky and skinny, and I just didn't really like them that much. My favorite miniatures in a game? I really like the ones in Ankh. They're really good miniatures. And I really like those Great Wall miniatures. I think Awakened Realms does amazing miniatures. I think Awakened Realms is my favorite company that makes miniatures, with Simon right behind them. And I know, quote unquote, Games Workshop and other people make better miniatures, but man, did I like those two. I like those two companies. I like Simon. I never thought I would like the bulky chibi stuff, but I like that. And when it's not chibi, it still looks great. I like Simon miniatures and Awakened Realms a ton. There are other cool miniatures from other companies that have done them for sure, and I'm not going to go through a list of them because there's probably too many that I'm going to miss some. But I know when I see an Awakened Realms miniature, it's going to be fantastic. Would you consider welcoming game and family game almost interchangeable? Sure, which is why I've started saying welcoming game these days. Is the new studio finished now, or is there more you want to do with it? There's always more we want to do with it, so no, it's not finished. All right, there's a link to the Magic, the Magic copyrighted. So let's see here. It is Magic the Gathering. So that's interesting. For the first time ever, a Magic the Gathering deck has been copyrighted. That's super interesting. But why? So net decking, you make a deck. So let's see here, blah, blah, blah. This person copyrighted a specific deck of cards. Then he would try to prevent other people from playing that deck in tournaments. No one cares about this particular deck, but will it have a concern? Weird. I don't know. If someone copyrighted a deck in a game I made and they showed up and they were like, nobody else can use this exact deck, I'd be like, no problem. No one else can use your exact deck. Also, you're banned from my tournaments. What? It just feels like a really jerky thing to do. So yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. Live play of Ankh, would you consider? No, probably not right now. We have live plays scheduled up the wazoo coming out in the next couple months, and live plays are fun, and I know you all love them, and we appreciate that. But they require all of us to be on board, to be playing the game, to set it up, and we have so many other videos and reviews and things that we do that we want to get those done. Let's see here. A lot of people are asking the same questions over and over again. So, have you done any competitions? So for game competitions I've been in my life, I went to a Friday Night Magic thing and I lost very badly. I didn't care. Before that, I'm sure that I've been in mild board game tournaments at various points in time. The last thing I won was Chairman of the Board 2004 at Origins. But even that was very, very mild. I was in a tournament in college. That was 27 years ago now or something. So particularly not much. I'm not really a competition. I really dislike competitions in gaming in general. And competitions outside gaming, not particularly. Do I think it would be possible to ignore the merge rule? I think it's possible. Whether that helps or hurts the game, I don't know. That's why I'm not talking about it too much yet, because I would need to try a game without it. My favorite genre in books is sci-fi or fantasy. It depends what mood I'm in. And I prefer fictional plots for the most part. Let's see here. Play Nemesis for the first time. Someone died in the first round due to an insanely unlucky turn of events. We decided to let them live and continue playing. Would you have done the same? 100%. Why would you? First of all, that would have to be crazy. I would have either let them live or just restarted the game. No way. I would never prioritize me doing well at a game by destroying someone else's game night. Nemesis is a 2-hour plus game. They're supposed to just sit there for 2 hours? That's not fun. Let's see. Favorite ride at all 4 Disney parks? I've never been to Disneyland, so I'm assuming you mean Disney World. And it's been a long time. So Disney World, so at the Magic Kingdom, my favorite ride is the Big Rock Mountain. I think that's what it's called. I really like that one. In the Jungle one, I don't know why all the names of these are messing up on me. On that one, the one where you're sitting on a boat and everyone gets wet. I love that ride. Oh, no, wait, they have Yeti Mountain. Isn't that? I like that roller coaster a lot, though. And I'm not doing a very good job at explaining all the things. In Epcot, I don't remember. The best ride at Epcot, I think, is the racing one, and I didn't ride that one. I was busy watching some kids while my wife went and did that one. And then at Hollywood Studios, Star Tours. There you go. Have you ever quit a game simply because it's just a horrible game? Many, many times. I mean, with everyone else agreeing to do so. For Codex, do I recommend just getting the core set to jump in? Yes. Try it out first to see if you like the game at all. Hi, Tom. I'm doing well. What's your favorite musical genre? Happiness. And what do you think about metal? I hate it. I'm sorry. I don't like metal. Maybe sometimes it works in some situations. I'm just not a fan of it. What about a series going through all the Dice guys and explaining their backstory and reference? No, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. They're just pictures and stuff that Tina has written. Do I tend to play Caverno with the expansion these days? Not particularly, actually. I like playing it on its own fine. The expansion's fine, but the regular game is good. Yeah, maybe Terraforming Mars has the most upgrades. I have upgraded Terraforming Mars a lot, so that might be the winner. I've upgraded a lot of Wingspan too, though. There's a musical Back to the Future? Well, I hope that's good. Well, that'd be interesting. I played Pandemic for the last night, and it was blown away how tense it was, but enjoyable. What game would you say can be horror video game level of tense? There isn't many, but Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition would be what you're looking for. What's my favorite gimmick in board games? We just did that on the podcast. Check out the Dice Tower podcast. Me and Eric did that a couple weeks ago. What Korean food do you get to cook at home? I don't cook Korean food. My wife does that. So I don't make anything Korean, actually. She knows how to do it really well. So I pass that buck off to her. Are you making a review for Titans? It's on the list of games that we're going to review, but we wanted to play it more before we put out the review of it. I was originally going to do it this week, but then it just got moved. If you were to pick up a lifestyle game at this point in your life, which do you think you'd pick? So let's say I was done with gaming in general. I'm going to pick a lifestyle game to go through. On one hand, I'd be tempted to be Magic because there's always going to be new stuff for Magic, always more stuff. So that's a temptation. If I take collectible things out and it's just a game and I'm going to play that game for a long time, I could see it being Gloomhaven / Frosthaven, right? Just because I'd play that for a really long time and it would be fun. But I'd also be, if I was going to do one lifestyle game, I might just pick up a role-playing game in general. Is there any companies within the U.S. that could print games we don't need to ship them from China? Possibly, but there's no great production. It's not cheap production, and it's going to be a while before it's up to the quality that these companies in China, Panda's one of them, but there's many companies over there, really had it down to a science. This is how you make a board game. It's just, they're really well done. That hasn't existed in America. I'm not saying it might exist now. There might be, I mean, it could have happened in the last year or two. And they're probably getting better, but it's going to come to a point where, is it cheaper to do it here with the same quality, or is it cheaper to do it there, even including the shipping? We'll see. I have not seen Jungle Cruise, actually. My family went and saw it, and I didn't see it. I just saw Free Guy. When you travel out of the U.S. for conventions, which one do you look forward to most and why? Well, I've only gone to a couple. My favorite I look forward to was a couple years ago when me and my wife went to the one in China, and we stopped at Korea on the way. That was amazing. What do you think about Jeopardy's decision with the two hosts? I'm surprised they didn't just pick one. With two hosts, it feels like a compromise, right? Well, we'll have two. We're making everybody happy. Obviously, the internet's going to be angry at whoever they didn't pick, but there's things always behind the scenes that I'm sure people don't know about, from negotiations to yada yada. Who knows? I have no strong opinion on the hosts one way or the other. I just think picking two, I'm like, is that really what you wanted? And are we going to still have two in a year? It feels like we won't. Let's see here. Going through, sorry, I'm just looking through the questions. Alrighty. What's your favorite class in Adventure Tactics? Well, Necro so far. I like the Necromancer a lot. Your skeletons never last more than a round? Yeah, but they last long enough for me. Let's see here. Have you done a top 10 board game with great miniatures? Maybe. That might be a small top 10 that I do at some point, because I definitely have some opinions on that. But I would need to start looking through all the games with miniatures and decide which one's my favorite. How much room is there for the Dice Tower library to grow in size even more? Not much. Not much. So as I get new games, I'm going to have to start cutting older games or add another whole shelf, and I don't know where I'm going to store that. How many board game tables have you had over the years? I've used four. So 4 main ones that we used. We used the original one from Geek. Wow, what was the name of that? What was the name of that company? They're the first people to make tables, and my mind has gone blank. Well, anywho, so that was our first one, and that one when I got it replaced, that one went to Sam. Sam took that one. I think Sam still has that table, and so. It wasn't Geek and Son. Sorry, it's not Geek and Son. Anyway. Anyhow, that was our first table. Then I got the big giant behemoth table, which was from Wrathscours. So that one I used for a long time. Geek Chic, thank you. Geek Chic is the name of the table. Anyway, Geek Chic was the first one. Then we got the big giant Rathskeller one, huge table. That one, I moved to another Rathskeller smaller table, which we still have. It's the table that you'll see on Z's overviews usually in our other studio. And I wanted a bigger one for the live play. So this is essentially the same table, just bigger. So these two have been pretty much the same table. This one just slightly longer. So it's been Geek Chic, Rathskeller, Rathskeller, Rathskeller. That's my history, but I would, if I was a person in a house with a game table, I would have kept the first one and stuck with it forever, or at least until, 20, 30 years, because hopefully a game table will last that long. With the Disney question, I have to ask favorite Universal rides. This one's way easier for me to answer. So, The Mummy, I love that ride. It's a mix of cool sight and magical stuff mixed with a roller coaster involved. The Mummy is my favorite ride at Universal, both parks. Second is probably, I like all the rides at Universal. Probably the Spider-Man ride. I really like that one. So I like all the Harry Potter rides. I like all the roller coasters. I like the Simpsons ride. I like the Men in Black ride. I just like the stuff at Universal. But number one is the Mummy. So we'll see. Now, my kids have told me the Hagrid's ride is like the most amazing ride on this planet Earth. And they also told me, they can't tell me more because of spoilers, as if I'm rushing out to ride it. I don't know what it's like. But my wife went and also said it was fantastic. So maybe someday I'll ride that ride. Who knows? Are there any Gen Con game releases? I don't actually know what's being released at Gen Con. It almost feels like I haven't heard of many big Gen Con releases, so we'll have to wait and see. Can I recommend an epic feeling solo game you can set up fairly quickly? Probably not. Maybe Seventh Continent, but yeah, you want an epic game and set up fast? That's not a very good combo. When teaching a game, do you ever do a round or two to teach them, then restart the game? Not usually, because also, I tell everyone when we're teaching a game, this game doesn't count in the long run. It's not that big of a deal. What game is entirely too heavy to be enjoyable? That all depends on you. You might think this game's too heavy, but someone else might not think it's too heavy. So that's on each person. Thoughts on Black Widows? Well, I mean, the same as with all spiders. I really, really dislike spiders in general. I've never seen a Black Widow in person, but if I did, I would smash it. I don't like spiders. Has Caverno completely replaced Agricola for you? Yes, it has. Alien Fate of the Nostromo, we're going to be playing live here on the Dice Tower at some point, so keep an eye out for that one. Let's see here. Did I have a nice weekend? I did have a nice weekend. Do you prefer Wingspan with or without the Oceania expansion? I'm good both ways, really. I like the new cards. How have you taught your children to handle losing in games? They get in trouble when they have a bad attitude after a game. I won't tolerate that at all. You need to have a good attitude, win or lose. No, my wife is not Korean. Is there a Dice Tower backstory? Sure. Look for the history of the Dice Tower on our channel, and we go through it there. Lots of people are saying nice things. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Why were you trashing Fingerbot a few weeks ago? Because it's bad. It's not a useful thing. Have you heard any update on the Dominion digital app, also space-based? No, I think the Dominion one's out. I'm not sure. I have to go check. Or it's at least in beta. Space-based, I don't know anything about. What's your favorite vegetarian meal? I'm not a vegetarian, so I don't know that I would have a favorite vegetarian meal. In fact, if I go somewhere and I see an option's vegetarian, I'm like, nah. But is there any meat? I like meat. I'm sure I've eaten plenty of meals in my life that had no meat in them. I just don't go out of my way to think about it or do it. In fact, yeah, I don't even know what I would say. Pizza with vegetables on it? I like that. Let's see here. When it comes to cliche fantasy classes, which do you gravitate towards? Ranger. You and a super intelligent snail both get $1 million and become immortal. Why does the snail care if it has $1 million? Anyway. The snail is slowly moving towards you, and you die if it touches you. What would you do? I think I would use part of the $1 million and pay someone to go throw it in the Marianas Trench. It would take really a long time to get out of there, even if it was immortal. Like, how fast can a snail move? All right. How far could a snail move in a day? 200 meters. How long is the world? 2,400. So 40,075 kilometers divided by 200 meters. And then I would divide that in half. So it would take 100,000 days for it to get to me. Divide that by 365. 273 years. We're both immortal, so I would just I'd put a timer in my thing. At some point, the snail's going to come towards me, and we would probably have like alarms around the house, and after 200 days, we're like, all right, start being on the lookout, hire some guards. Here comes the snail. Time to send them off again. What a question. All right. Anyhow, I've seen that question online before. I know people are asking, please record the top 10 with Sam, but likely it's not going to happen. We're just trying to make something special for the people who come to conventions. There's always a small possibility we record it, but we already put out a ton of content on our channel, and recording stuff at conventions is so much work. We get so much negativity about it. You go look at the comments on all of our live stuff that we posted here, and every time people complain about the audio, they complain about this and that. It just has come across really negative. And so for those reasons, we've decided to stop doing it. Besides, there's hundreds and hundreds of, not hundreds of hundreds, but there's dozens and dozens of top 10s that you can go watch right now online anyway. How do you balance what you play live? It seems to be a mixture of whatever you're feeling, such as magic, and then a lot of time it's up-and-coming Kickstarters, new featured games. Well, for the Kickstarters and featured games, those are paid playthroughs, usually. If otherwise, it's just whatever I feel like doing. And so the other day I felt like doing magic because it'd be interesting. But it's basically, that's what it is. Let's see here. Would the Dice Tower ever consider doing a live call-in show? Maybe, although that could be really dangerous too, because live calling in, But maybe. I don't even know what the software would be required to do that. Soon Disney will have a new fingerbot round. Have I been to a Sight and Sound show? I've not. I watched one or two of them online, but I'm sure it's much better to be there in person. What day is He-Man and Masters of the Universe being played? Friday. I wish they hadn't got rid of Disaster. It was great, cheesy fun. I agree. I really like Disaster. I saw it right before they dismantled it, really, but it was a fun ride. We're talking about a ride at Universal. Oh, that's true. I would use the salt gun on the spider, not smash it. I'm surprised no one has invented a game where you hunt spiders. Seems a bit more palatable than hunting humans. Is there a game where you hunt humans? Let's see here. No, Waste Nights is still on the list. Just not everything gets played at once. We have hundreds and hundreds of games that come through, and some games just don't make it yet. I want to get Terraforming Mars, but the game components look too cheap and ugly. Maybe, but it's a fun game. Again, that's what the reviews are for, hopefully. Let's see here. Thoughts on the Horrified spin-off instead of a new expansion? That's fine. It's hard for companies to sell expansions because then people have to go get the base game. A new spin-off seems like it'll work fine. It has that Americana Monsters, which I don't really care that much about, but I know a lot of people like them. I was kind of hoping they would do that. Someone did a reprint online that used modern monsters in Horrified. That was pretty cool, but likely impossible thanks to IP. But yeah, the one that's coming out seems pretty neat. Do you get excited over Kickstarters, or are there so many games you need to review now that you don't even think about games that aren't out yet? Yes. I don't really put a lot of effort into thinking. We do for crowd surfing, like, okay, and then I immediately forget about the games to some degree because I'm thinking about games that are out. Kickstarter's neat, and it's cool to look at that, but I don't waste my time getting excited about it because it's who knows when it's going to come. When it shows up, that's when I get excited. Cult of the Now, folks. Cult of the Now. And I'm so happy here in the studio. Now that the library's here, all the time I'm playing older games. Like yesterday, I taught a couple new games. I played the new Alien game, for example. Then I was like, yeah, let's play Coliseum. I haven't played that in a while, so we played Coliseum. Then we played Point Salad, which was a good game too. You know, so I like that sort of thing. It's fast and simple and fun games to play. Wait a minute, the creator of Fingerbot is here? Oh, that would be cool. I'd like to talk to them, but... Huh. Fingerbot looked like it was a neat thing. Our Fingerbot did not work well at all. Maybe the new Fingerbot's better. Has the Chief mentioned whether or not he approves of his moniker being used for sports teams? Well, there are many people called Chief. I don't think it's... He's the Chief. Besides, it has a whoosh in it, which no one else does. Pancakes or spinach lasagna? Spinach lasagna, I guess. But that's because I'm not a big fan of pancakes. Oh, that's true. A cheese sandwich. But the fact is, if you give me a cheese sandwich, I'm going to sit there and go, can we put some ham on it? some turkey? I just would. I'll eat cheese, but I'm very rarely eat just cheese. If nothing else, I'll put a slice of onion in there. Maybe tomato if I can. Why not add some lettuce? Probably should put that meat on there. This always happens when I make a sandwich. No, we can't encircle the house with salt because it said that the slug is immortal. So I'm assuming the slug would just be able to, the snail would be able to walk through the salt. Did you see what Quinn's called you in the crew shut up and sit down video? No, I don't actually know what we're talking about at all. Let's see here. I could live in an airship the snail can't fly. Sure, I have $1 million, though. That's not a tremendous amount of money. I'm not going to be able to make an airship that I would be able to have any air for a long time. Do I ever a switch bot? It's a better finger bot and includes a whole bunch of bots that do other things like open or close curtains. I have not heard of any of this stuff. Ooh, put the snail in the next Amazon rocket. That I like. That's true. Put the snail in a box. It doesn't say it's super strong. Right. Put the box. And then I'll put that box in another box. And then put the box in the ground and bury it so deep that the snail will never get out. Overthinking this question to the max. That's very possible. Since I enjoy Sprawlplus so much, and solo, would you try more Button Shy solo wall games? Probably. I would probably just rank them all and go from the top. Well, that's cool, John. Glad your sister got you the game. Should I go back to work or keep watching this live stream? Get to work! Let's see here. Do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? I'm an introvert. I don't really like to talk to people. I'm an extrovert. I only can categorize myself. I'm not going to categorize everybody else in the office. Ever read the Invincible comics? I stopped reading them because I didn't want to spoil the Amazon show. I know there's a lot of difference then. Let's see here. I have trouble deciding what to get between After the Empire and The Great Wall. Oh, they're both really fun games. Which one's better? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, I see. Zombie games are about hunting humans. But aren't you usually the humans in them getting hunted by the zombies? Can you auction off your hats for some charity? No, I like my hats. If you want to get these hats, just look them up on eBay or find them somewhere. You can get them. Have I seen the new Ghostbuster movie trailers? Yes. Am I interested in the movie? It's okay. Maybe. It really looks like Stranger Things more than a Ghostbusters movie, but I might be wrong. Let's see here. Trying to catch up on stuff. I still haven't played Costume. I was told it's best 3 players. Maybe, but it works really well with 5, I thought. We played it with 5. It was fantastic. Are you concerned about the high crime in Homestead, Florida? I'm considering relocating to the area. Are you going to come play with us? Hey, if you are coming to the area, let us know. Yeah, I'm not really worried about crime. I mean, crime is everywhere, right? But I haven't run into any. The crime is in specific areas of town for the most part, and I don't go to those areas. So I'm not saying nothing will happen. I had a bike stolen once out of my yard, but that's the worst. I haven't heard of any other very violent crimes or anything like that. I really like it down here. It's immortal, but even immortals can get hurt, sick, or die. Well, I guess they could get hurt or sick, maybe, but they can die? Isn't that the very opposite of immortal? Well, who knows? Alrighty. What's your thought on a $120 pricing for Euros like Coffee Trader and Dice Realms? Is this the new normal? Yes. I know you're going to hate it. All games are going up in price. I really think so. So there you have it. Who knows? Alrighty. Well, that is that, folks. Thanks so much for watching another Q&A. Well, I'll be back tomorrow with 5 more great games, and also Shoot Some Marbles happening tomorrow. We race marbles like crazy people. And then Wednesday, crowd surfing. Thursday, board game breakfast. And Friday, we have a live play of the new Masters of the Universe game from CMON. Lots of exciting things coming and lots of videos going up this week. Folks, as always, I appreciate you watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see y'all later.